Hello, everybody. I hope everybody had a fabulous Easter. It was freaking cold here in Nebraska, which seems to be par for the course. We never know what kind of weather we're going to get for Easter around here. My husband was even commenting that his phone popped up with memories of a huge snowfall one year. So needless to say, we weren't hiding eggs that year. So we did the egg hunt inside at my daughter's husband's grandmother's house. So it was just really kind of them to invite us to share their day with their family so we could spend some time with the grandbaby. She had a blast playing with her cousins, and yeah. So today, finally, I am finally recording a Hoarder haul video. If you remember, we went to Plains to Profit a few weeks back, and Resale Rabbit arranged for us all to go on a private pick on the last day of our conference. So I'm going to show you what all I picked up. It was a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot. Oh my goodness. So hopefully this video won't be too crazy long. So let's get started. Okay, I'd like to thank Resale Rabbit for setting up this pick. This was a hoarder house. Now, it was not your TLC hoarder house. It was clean. It had just been, it was floor-to-ceiling boxes originally, from what I could tell from the pictures. But by the time the weekend had had progressed, and then when we all got there, it honestly looked like the place had been ransacked. It's a little disturbing to me. I mean, I know you want to go through the boxes, but I also think we could have cleaned up a little bit after ourselves. But then again, I think because of the mess, we found treasures as well. So we did have to dig through quite a few of boxes. I climbed up into a crawl space. Oh, it was kind of crazy. I am not normally one that goes to these type of events, but it was a great opportunity. I know at the end of the day, it was helping the family monetarily, to get rid of some of these items from their home. I will say, though, you won't see any video of the home, and that is because the family did ask that we not video, and I do feel very strongly that those wishes should have been respected. The majority did. A few did not. And, I'm just going to say, some of us do live here in town. It wouldn't be very hard for the family to find those videos. I believe in respecting their wishes. It doesn't matter to me what you think of how the message was delivered by the family. That it was the family. Let's be realistic. Not everybody knows about YouTube. I mean, yeah, it's 2025 and we like to think everybody knows about YouTube. Well, you know what? Some people don't. Some people don't watch reseller videos. Some people don't understand that you wanted to film for content. they just don't understand that. You know, it's a different generation. I kind of feel like I understand because it's closer to my generation or my mother's generation. So I get it. I get it. And, you know, at the end of the day, you have to just respect their wishes. You don't film in stealth. I'll just say that. I don't think that was appropriate to do. It, you know, the family may have been embarrassed by the situation, or it could be the fact that the house was staying in the family. Maybe they didn't. There, you know, who knows what the reason was. But at the end of the day, you have to respect their wishes. So that's going to be the end of my mom lecture, okay? With that, let me show you what I got. Hopefully this isn't going to be terribly long, but I got a lot of stuff, guys. For me, it was a lot of stuff. So go grab your drink, grab your chair, and let's buckle up. Okay, guys? All right. Now, I have not washed any of this stuff. I am just now pulling it out of the box. Some of this is coming to some sales that I'm having here in the next few days. Some of it's going up on eBay. Some is going to Etsy. Some is going to Vamp. You know, I will distribute things all over the place. But if you see something that you're interested in, be sure to email me at bayoubellevantiques@gmail.com and we can discuss the price. I will give you a better price than when I list it or bring it to a live sale. So, first up, I went down to the basement. I was there a couple of times. And then the last time I decided, hey, I'm gonna hunker in, I'm gonna dig in some of these boxes that haven't been uncovered. It was a bit of a Jenga match, but I did find this beautiful Moon and Star Amberina compote. Now, she is dirty. Like I said, I have not cleaned this. This was buried at the very, very bottom. And once I pulled out one piece of glass, I was like, there's got to be more glass in here. So I found her. Yeah. The next piece I found was this beautiful pink depression bowl. She had some grapes. Do you hear my cat? I don't know why. She just wails sometimes. I don't know. But anyway, this too was buried. I am talking like there was a stack of boxes like this, and it was buried in the very, very bottom. So I dug her out. She was full of these plastic grapes, so I still have to get the floral clay out of her. But I thought she was really pretty. Then one of the other resellers there, Meg, Lilac Sellers, found this beautiful teapot wall pocket for me. Now, we are having a tea sale coming up, I believe Sunday on the 27th. So I will probably bring this to that sale because it fits the theme perfectly, I think. I also found this adorable Betsy Ross Lefton light. Now, I do have some little cords, you know, the single bowl cord. So I will put one of these with her, but there are no chips or cracks, which, I mean, if you could have seen the chaos in this house, it's really amazing. Stuff was not shattered. You know, like I said, it looked like the house had been ransacked by that point, but I will probably put her up for closer to the 4th of July sale, patriotic sale, but she's adorable. I do need to get her cleaned up. A little magic magic sponge, you know, we'll get her cleaned up really nice. And then I found in the box this little gift craft cow parade. And I love that it's in the box because it's a little nerve-wracking to ship these kind of things when they're not in their original box. But this one is the 2000 Vincent Van Gogh, which I thought was kind of funny. They're little names. And I have never found one of these at a price point that, you know, I could bring to a sale. Typically, you know, I have found painted ponies before at the auctions, and they end up going fairly expensive these days. But this one is still in his packaging, still has all his tags. But isn't he gorgeous? Oh, I thought he was just cute. And the fact that he is in his original box with his paperwork just makes it all that much better. So, I also found these beautiful, beautiful blown glass taper holders. I'm not sure who did them. I'll have to look up that maker mark. But they could be local because we do have a glass blowing, I'm not going to say company, it's Hot Shot. And there are multiple people that do glass there. But these are just, they are absolutely stunning. So, all right. So let me clean this up and then I'll show you some more. I'm going to have multiple breaks because there's too much to go on my desk. Okay, something else I picked up, and you may have seen on my Instagram post, I've talked about these before. These are plate frames. So on the back, they have these little tabs, I guess I'll call, that will fit along the outer edge of your plate so that you can display them on your wall without damaging the actual plate like the plate hangers can do. So there were two different kinds. I got this one, I got I think 3 of these and then 3 of these, and I love to sell these. These are easy to list, easy to ship, and they typically sell really well. Now, there were plates in them. I did remove the plates because I did not want the plates. But these are like, I think this one is a cherry, and then this one is more like a walnut. I did leave the black lacquer ones behind because they were very strong Asian feel. Now, they were probably worth picking up, but you know, I was tired at that point. Oh, goodness. I also found this beautiful abalone shell. You know, a lot of times they're not this polished on the inside, but this one was in really good condition. But like I said, everything is dirty. Dirty. So, but, you know, we're going to be doing a lot of scrubbing today. Okay. Like I said, things were kind of all over the place. I picked up this Hallmark bag. You know, I was just going to move it to the side, and then I realized there was something in it. Well, what was in it was these, and I'm going to show you the reverse side because it's a little easier to say. But these were new old stock. Oh, I cannot think of the name. There is a name for these, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. But I don't know if you remember back in the 70s, I think these were like back in 76, 74. you'd have the neon colored t-shirts. So it was this one. There was this one. Of course, we had the butterfly. We have that one. We have this guy. And then we have, this one. So, like I said, new old stock. You know, it was really interesting to see what all she had in her house. And you had to look through everything. Then I also, and this needs a little bit of repair, or if I can't repair it to my satisfaction, I may actually start over and do a different one, because I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about this one, but some of the beads were coming off, but it was, ooh, like I said, some beads are coming off. So, but I may just redo it in this frame, because I do think that it would be really cute. It's a cute idea. And I have sold these frames themselves, but since this one, you know, is missing the little backer, I think it's a good idea to get another piece of velvet and just create another jewelry tree. Lord knows I have plenty of craft jewelry. I'm just looking down at my desk trying to figure out where that bead went. I don't know where it went, but anywho, I also picked up, I'm just trying to figure out where it opens, this really cute little stained glass flip-flop wreath for the door. And I had to giggle about this because I have a friend, Miss Pamela Blanchard, who is a running joke. She talks about she's going to get her flip-flop out and go after you. So I had a little giggle when I saw that, and I thought, I don't know, I may have to send that to her. I also got this beautiful little Hallmark bunny. It's Bunnies by the Bay. Yes, I know Easter has passed, but, you know, I'll just put her in my little box, holiday box, for next year. But, you know, she bought a lot of Hallmark stuff. A lot of it was still new in box with tags, obviously. But, you know, if I find holiday stuff at a decent deal, I'm going to pick it up and put it back to sell later. And now I'm rambling. I also found some of these doily Christmas trees. Now, it's kind of funny because Alicia Inked Picker found some at Forever yesterday in her mystery box. I have actually seen these when I was in Alabama this past Christmas, and I commented to my mom, that was a cute idea, because I have tons of doilies that are in some of the maybe less desirable colors, but I love this repurposing idea. So we may be doing some of these. I thought they're cute. It's really not that difficult to do. It's just more time consuming, you know, to starch them, because that's all they are. They're just starched to a form. But how cute is that? Alrighty. And I've got this huge box next to me of stuff that I am pulling through, and then as I fill up my table, then we will reset. I also found this stained glass cat. Well, several stained glass pieces. We have a pair. We have a Christmas wreath, and this one is from the Philippines. We have the rocker. And we have a Santa. I found just a whole stack of them as I was digging out those other pieces from that bottom box, and I was just honestly so surprised that these didn't get broken in there. There was a windmill. Of course, you know, I've been to Holland. I had to pick up the windmill. And I think the last piece of stained glass was this little Dutch couple. So, then I also got, and I'm not a plushie person. I'm going to be honest, I don't do plush. But I just thought this was cute. This is Taffy by Gund. Oh gosh, she's so soft. And I thought, if anything else, my little grandbaby would love this because she has this little bear that has the same feel as this dog. So I thought, well, I had to pick it up. It's very clean. You know, like I said, this was not a dirty house. Okay, guys, not a dirty house. Even though we're calling it a hoarder house, it was not dirty. And then I got this little coloring book. I don't think, yeah, nothing, it's hasn't been filled out or anything. Really cute. I got this set of new old stock napkins. They're like a beige color, but they're still in their original packaging. And again, like I said, if you see anything in this haul that you're interested in, please reach out to me at bayoubellebentiques@gmail.com. Oh, I picked up this. I don't pick up Thai Beanie Babies, but I did pick up this one because it was Halloween and it was adorable. So this will go up in the Halloween box. Let's see. I've almost forgotten everything I picked up. Oh, I did find this. Look at this color glass. It was just a single, you know, but still, beautiful piece. And it was like buried on the floor. I'm surprised nobody stepped on it. You know, and broke it. Let's see. There is so much stuff in here, guys. Oh, in the china hutch. You know, there was some china. It was your typical kind of china that ends up in the Goodwill. You know, not a very desirable pattern. But in the back was this beautiful Kurak lacquered tray. Isn't that pretty? I thought that was so pretty. So I had to pick that up. All right, let me clear my desk because we still have 3/4 of a box to go through. Okay, like I said, I'm pulling things from this box. It's a banker box, a fairly big banker box. Because that's what I had to do to organize things. In one of those boxes that I was digging out in the basement, I did come across these little guys. These are little jimmies. So they would have a battery in them and they would sing or something. I don't know. I haven't put a battery in them yet to see, but they're little mice, little caroling mice. Aren't they cute? And they were from, let's see, I don't normally pick up this sort of thing because I don't normally find it, to be honest. So these are, I don't know. Yeah, there's no year on these. Just Jimmy Industries, but they're adorable. So they'll be put up for Christmas. you know, maybe Faye might enjoy them as well. I don't know. We'll see. I also found her. Look, she has never been out of her bag. She still has her little tinsel with her. Her little wings are still intact. And I also found one of these at the Mother of All garage sale, surprisingly enough. So, I do have a pair of these now. Super cute. I don't know. I think, oh, she's a Nesco. Look at that. Still has her sticker on her. We have her. I found this in the kitchen. I just thought it was weird and goofy and funny. It's a little measuring cup. I don't know. Maybe you put it at the bar. It's, you know, nothing special. It is plastic, but he's weird. So I like to pick up the weird. Alrighty, let's see. What else? Oh, you know, Dom, gosh, I was trying to remember what his YouTube, I can't think of what his YouTube name is, but he's always talking about look everywhere when you're at an estate sale. And I looked up and saw this toll painted little crumb catcher, and it still had its brush. A lot of times these things, the brushes are missing, but I thought that was pretty, so I picked that up as well. Snatched it right off that wall. Oh my gosh. Oh, so bad. Oh, another thing I found. I told you I was digging through boxes. Now, I think he's missing his sword, and I don't know. I didn't realize until after I got home and looked him up that he would have had something with him. But even without it, they still sell really well. This is a Rothenthal German nutcracker. I have not honestly decided yet what I'm going to do with him. Because, you know, I used to live in Germany. Have a thing for nutcrackers. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about this one. I still had a couple of months. But I was shocked. I mean, this place, you know, had been pretty heavily picked. And we were still finding things. But, you know, there were like, what, 12, 15 of us in this house. And I managed to find him. Now, he's a good sized one. So, I absolutely loved him. I wish I would have looked in the bag that he was in to have seen if his sword was in there. But I suspect it probably wasn't. And then I mentioned that she bought a lot of Hallmark. So, I found quite a few of these little charming tales. So this one is just a hop, skip, and jump away. Isn't that cute? This one was not in a box. A few of them were not in boxes, but I did manage to find quite a few in their boxes. So there was this one. This one was Sunny Days Are On the Way, which is what we need right now because it has been cold and rainy. I'm done with winter. Why is it cold again? And then we have, oh, I thought this one was adorable. I'm Under Your Spell. Look at this with the little perfume bottle. And look how they do the little what do you call it? It's like, it reminds me of fishing wire, but make it look like it's spraying. That was adorable. Let's see. Oh, I found this. I have not opened it yet, but you remember the angel chimes where you would light the candles underneath and the angels would twirl around and hit the little bell and make it ding? Have you ever seen the ornament? I have never seen this. I still have my angel chimes from when I was a child. So I was pretty excited to come across this one. I thought Mom would get a kick out of that too. Let's see. Ooh, my goodness. So much stuff. This was also a Fitz and Floyd. The box is like totally destroyed, but it still has its foam, which will make it nice for shipping. But he is a, sorry about this, guys. Trying to figure out the best way to show you. I don't want to cause any problems. But look, he's a patriotic one, and he's got a little ladybug on his tail. And this one is, what's this one? Give it a whirl. So cute. Oh, these are so stinking cute, guys. I can see why people would collect these, but let me tell you, she had a lot of these, and I mean a lot. They were everywhere. I think all of us ended up with some. Now, some of these I'm not going to take out of the box. I'll just show you. There was this one, Jackpot. Let's see. Oh my goodness. So many of them. And we had paint. It was, we make a colorful pair. I did not, I could have picked up more of these, but to be honest, I did not want a ton of them. I don't mind a few, but I didn't want to saturate myself with these. They had Showered in Love. We had, let me see, this one. Oh, this one was a Nesco, and this is a Kitchen Fairy. 2005 Kitchen Fairy. Oh yeah, now I remember her. Look at this! Oh my goodness. Isn't she fabulous? So, she'll go up for Halloween. But I thought she was fabulous. I wish she would have had like her foam, but because she is pretty delicate, but she does have her original box. So we will have to wrap her very carefully. But you know, this was the box that I saw, but then I saw the words Halloween. I said, ooh, we need to look at this. She was originally $22.50. I love it. Okay. We have some more Charming Tales. I'm so sorry that I'm bouncing down. We have You're the Top Bean. They're the jelly beans. That would have been great for Easter. You know, yeah, it is a shame that I didn't get to some of this earlier, but you know, y'all, it's been a lot going on. This one is Friends Fit In Just Right with a little kitty cat and the mouse. Sheryl might try to steal this one. Oh my God. Okay, let's see. Let's clear off. Then there was also, you know, again, like I said, she was really into Hallmark. So this is a 1997 Marjolaine Baston. And, you know, this one was made for Avon, which is interesting because I always thought her stuff was Hallmark because I had some platters that were Hallmark by her. But this is like a little cardinal bell, I believe, probably a bell ornament. I'm going to pick that because, you know, anything that is still in its box is great to pick up. I found this vintage set of Delta playing cards. When's the last time you got playing cards on a plane? When's the last time you got anything? Heck, you don't even get peanuts anymore. Yeah, I get it. I get why they don't do peanuts. Then I also picked up 2 sets of these Christmas novelty cards. Even if these don't sell, they make great package toppers. I tend to, for my live sales, special sales, I like to put together package toppers. I've been a little lax on that. I need to get back on the ball with that. Okay, let's see. Oh gosh, there's so much stuff in there, guys. Then, like I said, the Marjolaine Baston. I thought she only did Hallmark. Well, apparently she did Avon. But here is the Hallmark birds. So we have that one. And then we have that one. Still in their box, guys. Still in their box. Oh my gosh. You guys. My heart goes out to the family. I know. I'm so sorry for keep going off camera here, but it's a lot. You know, this is a lot for any family to deal with. So it kind of made me rethink how I will handle my estate, you know, and I have given my oldest daughter the name of a couple of friends, people I consider friends that are in the reselling community that would be able to help her either liquidate or, you know, list. And I don't know, maybe my youngest would decide to do it too. Who knows? But it made me think, you know, about how my house is organized. And, you know, be sure to label things that you want passed down to generations, because that was one thing. As we were checking out, they were going through the bag. And, you know, they have every right to go through the bag. Although some people will say, if they didn't want it sold, they should have went through the house. There was so much stuff, guys, so much stuff. That probably was nearly impossible for them. But they were going through, and they did tell me they were looking for pieces that she may have painted herself that were signed by her. I did not have any of those pieces, but, you know, it definitely made me stop and think about labeling my things to ensure my children would know what, you know, what's an heirloom versus what you can let go of. All right. Next up, I found this new in box lacquer coaster set. That's what it looks like. So, like I said, it's already in the box. Easy to list, easy to ship. And you remember me telling you I had those chime candles, or little Christmas chime, angel chimes. These. for lack of a better word. Anyway, I found several boxes of the candles. These are older ones. So I picked those up because it's very hard to find those little candles anymore. So, you know, the ones I don't use, I'll probably see if somebody else needs them. All right, let me reset my desk here. Okay. I also came across this box. And you know what I say, open the box, you never know what's in the box. Look at these guys. Oh my gosh, these were so stinking adorable. We had this one. We have that one. And we have that one. And they're in absolutely fabulous shape because they were still in their original box. So, I did snag these, and, you know, I did a quick Google image, and these are a thing. So, we decided to pick those up. And when I say we, it was me and the mouse in my pocket. Oh my gosh. All right. And and before I forget, these were Johnson & Johnson Americana Story Plaques. I've never seen those before, probably because, you know, they're pretty delicate. I also picked up this vintage set of tapers. These are Lennox, and they're still in the original box, you know, and people are always looking for these for the mid-century candles. All right. That. I'm just trying to arrange things in here. I also picked up something I'm not quite sure who did it, but they're in great condition. So I just need to do a little research on them. But look at these guys. They're in a gold tone, but they're candle holders. So there was a set of those. So I thought I would pick those up, you know, probably list those on Etsy. I had to do a little bit of research to see who did them. I've never seen those before. We also got, let's see, what was in this? Oh, I found this also at the last minute. Isn't that pretty? This little box, wood box. It's in really good condition. Still has the latch on it. But inside were all of these vintage matches. So, I thought that was kind of cool. But the box is absolutely stunning. And like I said, by the time you're seeing this, some of these items may have already come to a sale. But you can always reach out to me and I'll let you know if they're still available. All right. Oh my goodness. Just a few more items left to show. I also found this new old stock totes scarves. So there was like a set of 3 in here. And these are the little rain scarves. So I picked those up. I have found these before in the past, but I didn't realize they came, you know, in a set of 3, and they still have their original paperwork. You know, I've never seen them like that. So thought those were worth picking up, and I did find one other one, another set, the oranges. I think that one only had 2 in it. But again, still in their original container. Let's see. I think only a couple more things to show you. I did find down in the basement, there was a ton of family photos. Well, I don't know if they were family or not. It kind of, I felt a little ick. I only picked up a handful, but I did let the family look at them just in case. But I found this one. Also got this one. I picked her up. I just thought she was interesting with her little pose. And then there was this couple. And there are names on the back of them. I don't know. Kind of weirds me out a little bit that people would let their family photos go like that. But, you know, I don't know. Some people just don't, you know. What can I say? There was this couple. I mean, there were a lot of them, but like I said, I just felt a little weird about it after a while. And the last, hold on, let me go grab the other item. Okay, Meg found this for me, and it would go up on the wall like this. Usually they had a plant or something hanging in there, so I did pick that up. And then the last 3 items that I got were sitting right up front, and nobody looked at them. So I found this vintage Vera scarf. I thought this would be great for Pride Week. I did find some towels somewhere else, some new old stock towels that have the Pride colors on them that I'm going to bring. I also found this gorgeous, gorgeous scarf. Where was, oh, here was the label. This was, pure wool, made in Japan. Look at that. Oops. This is gorgeous, guys. Oh, it is so, so pretty. And everybody just, oh, well that was, here's the front. Everybody walked right by it. Oh, it was, I mean, I don't know, maybe it was because there was a whole bunch of ties there, but I picked that up. And then the last thing I found right up front, in front of everybody, was this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous shawl. And this one was, where is the, this one is made in Japan. Still has its original tag, but look at this, guys. Isn't that gorgeous? This is what do they call them? Piano shawl? Oh, that is so pretty. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I have to decide if I'm letting that one go. Isn't that terrible? It's so pretty. So that was everything that I found at the Hoarder house. You know, again, if you ever get an opportunity to go to a sale like that, like I said, respect the family's wishes. Don't complain, you know, if you don't get to film. So, and if you saw anything that you're interested in, like I said, you can always email me at bayoubellevantiques@gmail.com. With that, give yourself grace, Give others grace, because you never know what they're going through. And this could be any of us. Let's be honest. Okay? Talk to y'all later. Bye now.